Hey guys, how are you? Hope you're feeling really, really good. Um, Feeling really, really inspired to jump on and push some love and support and inspiration and light out to everyone. And I just want to say, maybe it's time if this is kind of all new to you and stuff like that, to just allow the universe to bring you what you need to see, to feel into, to see more of. Just have that little chat with the universe and say, "Hey, I want to see more of this. Bring it." You know, and no insistence. Insistence equals resistance. Whenever we're sort of holding on to that kind of energy, you feel it, and it blocks you. It's a good one to remember. Insistence equals resistance. Remember, your higher mind has the blueprint and the plan, and we just put it out there what we would like to see, but we don't insist on it being exactly as our physical mind sees it, because the truth is that the universe will more than likely every single time give you the plan that might take you a few more twists and turns, but it'll actually give you even more than you hoped and dreamed of. So as best you can in any moment, ask, surrender it, and don't insist. Insistence equals resistance. Faith is trusting and letting go. And it is an act. Is it an act? It's a knowingness and a willingness to be in that energy of surrender. So yeah, if you're asking to see more of light and love, just ask and see what comes. Just ask. And remember, if you want to call that in, be the frequency of it. Be the frequency of love, and be the frequency of love unconditionally, you know, and just practice it as best you can, just as best you can. And don't insist that you be in some state when you're not feeling it, you know. That will create resistance. You'll start judging yourself. So just see how you go playing with these kinds of ideas. Now, today I felt really inspired to come on and talk about, again, the beauty of actually what's happening in the world at the moment, how we're all as a collective powerfully asking for more light and love and support, and asking for more, and even if some people are asking for things of a lower frequency, if they're asking for certain people to be suppressed or certain people's freedoms to be taken away, just know that ain't a vibe Source gets behind. If you want to be powerfully supported and feel it, as best you can, get into your unconditional love state. Just know that Source ain't playing the game of hate here, In my first video where I explained sort of the overview and, the soul contracts that we choose before we come down here. just know that before we even took off on this adventure, that we are masters at this stuff. We are masters at this game. And so whatever themes we are exploring from that non-physical state, from that state of mastery, to choose to come down to something so contrasting, there had to be some sort of level of mastery before we came, and knowingness that we've got this. So whatever themes you've decided to explore, often when I look at people in the trans community, or people that sort of are drag queens, or anyone who has chosen a theme that is more contrasting for this given time, minorities, um, I just think to myself, that's a master, in their knowingness of their level of mastery, that has chose this with such confidence before they came here to explore it, to expand it on earth, to bring more love to it on earth, that wanted to take that ride. We come here with that level of mastery, but we also come with a monstrously big sized team of light to support us too in our mastery. Because of course, once we're born into this physical incarnation, the name of the game is everything's wiped, right? Everything's wiped. But we will remember through our solar plexus, through our feeling state, we will remember, and we'll start to feel into things, and we'll, sometimes the biggest way of remembering is running into dead ends and realizing what doesn't work, so we can switch our light on to what does work. Oh, I'm getting somewhere this way. Oh, this feels good this way. I'll keep going this way. Oh, and there's something there here. I'll keep going that way. Oh, and I'm meeting these lovely people here this way. I'll keep going that way. It's the perfect plan. And it's baked in free will, soaked in free will. There is endless support around us all the time. So wherever you are now, just know you are a master before you came here. You are a master at this game, and you are just learning it more and more, and remembering it rather more and more and more. And you are awakening to your own brilliance. You're awakening to your team. You're awakening to the fact that you don't have to do this alone. In fact, that ain't fun doing it alone. Any time we choose love, we'll be universally supported. Universally supported. And so, no matter what's happening in the world, we can choose to look at it with more love and see that these people that are suppressing, that are trying to take people's freedoms away, that are trying to, take people's autonomy over self away, they are people that have not yet awakened to the true light and love that they truly are. But it's still there. And I strongly believe that with enough love, anyone can remember. And it's really the only thing that works. And so there's a lot of exciting opportunity here to look at everyone with more love. As much as some people believe that they are so right to judge and to push against. We just don't know another person's path. And more often than not, these people that are trying to suppress someone else are just playing out exactly what has happened to them. They have been so suppressed to someone they are not. They have been so told that it's someone that they are not self-empowered, that they cannot find love any other way but then to be suppressed, and this is the way, and you got to do it my way, and no, and all this like heavy, like negative energy, man. Like, these people have been so suppressed to believe complete lies about themselves. Lies. And that is hurting them. Man, that is hurting them big time. Whether they're aware of it or not. And they are trying to find a way. And quite often, when you have no idea what to do, it's quite often like the quick fix. The temporary band-aid that was never designed to, be a permanent part of your cosmology. But those temporary band-aids are what is necessary for that soul's unfolding. And this earth plane that we have decided to come down as masters and explore, knowing the steps, knowing that as part of the incarnation you forget all of that. That's the beauty of it, the rediscovery from a completely different vantage point with a completely new game and set of themes to explore for you, to expand your soul, to expand who you are, because we are eternal. We are eternal. We will never die. We just transition back to source, who we are. So I feel very excited just to talk about this idea of looking with more love and seeing this forest for the trees and seeing it for what it really is. You can choose to be disempowered by looking on and judging and being like, oh, this world, wake me when it's over. But that's not keeping your light on and your mastery on. That you chose to come here and explore at this specific time because of your gifts and your light to this world. So guys, do your passions more than ever now. Whatever lights you up. If it's being a mum, if it's being a caretaker, if it's working with animals, if it's singing, if it's anything, whatever lights you up, lean into those passions. And what a gift to even have those passions and to be aware of those passions and to be in those passions. No matter what stage of those passions, no matter what stage. And you think about the Ed Sheerans and the Justin Biebers that were in the busking stage, but just in it, man, loving it. Receiving just as much joy then just to be doing it as to, what they are now. We're always expanded onto and we become more. We are powerfully added onto. especially when we are doing what lights us up, what our gifts are. And then you share them with the world. And the more you can share them with the world, again, you're added on to more and more and more, because you are lighting and elevating this world by being authentic and being who you truly are. And the universe just gets on board and said, we're in it. We're into it. Let's do it. Let's make this bigger, Whatever's comfortable for you, the universe knows you like the back of your hand and will assist you and support you in whatever way's right for you, comfortable for you. So let's just try our best to appreciate this and to use this as a strengthening tool. There's a story of the butterfly coming out of the cocoon, and someone thought that to assist the butterfly, it would be good to just, break the cocoon open so that the butterfly could be assisted to be released, sooner than nature intended. But the butterfly's wings weren't fully formed and strengthened by pushing against and resisting that cocoon, while it was in that metamorphic state. It's pressing against, like doing little barbell curls with its wings, so to speak, pushing against the outer shell, pushing against the outer shell, strengthening, self-empowering, till it can open its own cocoon and come out when it's ready, when it's the perfect time, because those wings are fucking strong and ready. Divine timing. So let's not go and burst someone else's cocoon, Let's just look at them and see you're getting ready. And even if you're doing something I cannot stand right now, because I am actually a positive person, I am a loving, positive light, and I can see that you're not being your authentic, positive light, but that's okay for your soul's unfolding. That's your path. I don't know your path. I don't know what's going to strengthen your wings. That's none of my goddamn business. That's between God and that person. And God will take care of that. Source will take care of that. Source will put the appropriate pressure on that person's wings. Source will take care of that. So that person, may have to go back into some sort of a cocoon state and, remember and compress back down to who they truly are, to build themselves back up. Because the reason why these people are out here and that are raging and are so mad and that feel the need to suppress is because they are just doing what has happened to them. Being suppressed, not being allowed to be their authentic selves. And we've all had those moments where we've felt that and we're like, sometimes it feels really fucking good to get mad for a second. And there's a sense of freedom in that. Yes. I can express that and feel better. Let's use our empathy. Let's see this forest for the trees. Let's see this unfolding for what it really is, this perfect plan. We came from mastery. We are masters at this game. So good at it, knowingly that when we come into this game, we get completely wiped of any memory of our mastery, because we know that we will come back to it. We'll remember what lights us up and what doesn't work. We'll remember our team. The odds are so in our favor to come back to love. Hate is its own roadblock. It will not work, and we do not need to concern ourselves with people who hate, because they are doing their best to see with the light they were given to see with. And not everyone gets it. Not everyone knows how to screw in the light bulb and to make it work. But people can learn from you by watching you and being, why is that person happy? Oh, that person's doing something that they're passionate about that lights them up. Why does that person not care that people are judging them and this and that, and they just keep, walking forward and, running their race? Why aren't they affected? Because they listen to what's the truth. They don't listen to the noise. That's not their truth. That's just there to strengthen their wings, their resolve to remember who they are. That's a strengthening tool. Oh, that's right. I don't listen to that. I come back and listen to love, self-love, self-empowerment, my team of light. And hey, anyone who wants to get on board with the love game, let's go. But I don't rely on anyone else to lift me up. I powerfully am self-empowered, and I do it myself. And universal love, universal energy gets on board with me every fucking day, man, and keeps strengthening that resolve. This is a big, jumbled, mixed bag of everything going on at once. So many moving parts. These videos, I'm talking about passions, I'm talking about hate, I'm talking about universal laws and energies, because it's really not one thing. It's everything. And we are masters at it. Believe me when I say we would never have chosen to come down here and have it all wiped from us, all our previous incarnations, and our previous, wisdom and knowledge and mastery. We would never have chosen to come down here. Source would not have put us here if we could not evolve it to our furthest point. And I want to powerfully come in and say here that just because someone transitions back and chooses to, or for whatever other reason transitions back, that does not mean that they have not fulfilled everything they were meant to do in this particular incarnation. That is an unconditional law. That the way they chose back, all of it was pre-planned to a certain point, and then we have free will to take it as far as we can, to remember as best we can, to evolve it as best we can. And Source is always sitting there, not judging, just shining that light. Just shining that light, that support, that love. And never just saying, oh, hurry up. Come on, get it. What's wrong with you? You've been here thousands of times before, don't you remember? That ain't ever Source's game, man. That ain't it. It's unconditional love. And it's unconditional. So not just for the people you think should get love. Everybody. So I just want to take a second to just remind you guys of how powerful you are. Be in your passions, appreciate them, man. To even have that awareness of your passion, even if you're just thinking about it because you have to do something else right now, but you have the awareness of, yeah, I'm going to go do that passion later. You're actually still in your passion because you're thinking about it. Maybe you're in a metamorphic phase of evolving it to something more. You can always be doing, say, the dishes, but then thinking about your passion. It's such a privilege to even have that knowledge of your passion. Like if you're an actor and maybe you don't have an acting gig right now, but you're an actor and you can be thinking about stuff you've done or going to do, or just thinking about the art form, whatever the passion is. Maybe you're a sports person. Maybe right now you're on a plane and you can't be moving your body, but you can be there in your mind, in your heart, and your spirit. We can evolve these things to whatever degree we want to. There's no limits. And remember, your team of light, universal love, will get behind you guys powerfully and assist you. Powerfully and assist you. And I just want to say thank you, because whenever you're doing your passion, you're evolving collective consciousness. You're elevating the planet. Some people's passions, are being in those congressional halls and, um, aligning and doing what's necessary to make sure that, bills and laws are passed for minorities, to have a more free country, less suppression. There are people aligned in their passions, working all the time on making this world better. And that is the true tea, the true news you want to tune to. The news is dying out fast, my friends. And quite often when something is losing its power, it gets very, very loud because it's desperate. It's desperate for your attention. I encourage the news stations to evolve with the times, to evolve to more love. There's no reason that the news stations' views can't go down. You guys just have to evolve to more love. The planet wants more love. Why can't your cameras go out there and put more news stories on all the fantastic things that happened today? You have all the stuff there ready to go. Why can't you evolve? We want more love. The planet wants more love. We're calling for it. And so whatever news channels wake up and get on board and decide to be, a cooperative component to collective consciousness, and to keep their passions, their journalistic passions, aligned with love and light, and transform, to something better, to something more, to something new, to something exciting. Man, how long are people going to beat that fear game to death? But just know that you are a self-empowered person, even if you're not in that world. And you get to choose and you get to vote with what you actually look at. People are studying what you look at. People are paying attention to what you look at. Yeah, they might be trying to dominate and trying to use fear and all the old crap that, like I said, it'll get really loud before it completely disseminates. But the world is breaking apart into such a beautiful, big, diverse picture. This beautiful, big jigsaw masterpiece. And these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major sort of networks of control over our ideologies and our trying to, alter and shape our collective belief system. That is so dying quick and fast. And thank God. The only thing that will last is love. The only thing. And like I said in previous videos, all your descendants from other incarnations or your loved ones, they're powerfully on that side, other side, helping call you to your light, to what lights you up, to what brings more love to the planet. To remember who you truly are. They're all cheering for you. They're all here assisting you. So let all the negative noise go. Be in that place of power, that self-empowerment. Vote with what you give your attention to. What you choose to give your attention to will powerfully be added onto you by law of attraction so easily and effortlessly. So vote wisely, vote with your heart. Vote with what lights you up, man. Vote with what empowers you. We are so powerful, so wise, so old, so badass. There's nothing that we can't evolve past. And if you're here now, you are here for a powerful reason. And I just want to send out my thanks to you. Wherever you are is perfect. And I encourage anyone to just, no matter how good you feel, keep moving to more love and more love and more love, because it will grow and grow and grow. There's no top on love. It doesn't top out. It always just becomes more. All right, guys. Have a awesome day. Lots of love. Catch you on the next one.